Welcome, my Leo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and crosswatchers. Welcome to your timeless, true love timeline reading. I am your reader, Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short. Mars conjunct Leo rising, by the way. Mal for short. They are my initials, by the way. I'm not bad, just spelled that way. I am a professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998, author of 2 books, Spell Ingredients from a Professional Witch and Words of Grace from a Professional Witch. I love writing books. We're working on a 3rd one, actually, but if you would like, you can check out Words of Grace in the Kindle version. Click the link in the description box, and you can see the preview of it, including the table of contents, which shows that it's pretty much divided up into chakra chapters, or chakras in this reading. It might be helpful, but the Kindle version is not the original version. The original version's over on patreon.com/drawing the circle. In our online shop, we have a digital shop now. I love Patreon so much, as well as Spell Ingredients. It's the only place you can find Spell Ingredients is on my Patreon at the moment. Some of my subscribers get that as part of their benefit package on Patreon, but all of my subscribers get 3 benefits in common. Number 1, they get a daily check-in with me pretty much every morning when I send them an unlisted YouTube live stream link, and we chat about the day's astrological weather, the magical applications, the spiritual implications, always ending with a meditation, a prayer, a little something to send us on our way. Best way for me to start the day, considering what I do for a living. Second benefit that they get is all the extended readings, all the part 2s to the part 1s here on YouTube. They're all timeless. They are all relationship based, and there's an awful lot of them, and most of the extendeds go over an hour. So if you like detail, I am your witch. I am a Virgo, but Leo rising. Yeah, I look it, don't I? And the third benefit that they get is an extensive discount on private sessions with me, whether it be spiritual counseling or readings, Zoom recorded. We'll talk about that at the end of the video if you want to hang out for that. But I have to say, it's been such a wonderful creative journey for me as a Leo rising. My Patreon, they've even given us 7-day free trials. So I have set our first 2 levels of subscription, Seeker and Human, as 7-day free trials. You check us out, jump out the last day if you like, but so far no one has done that. All of our 7-day free trialers had ended up staying because we're having a field day over there, and I love it so much. And if you could feel how much I love my Patreon, then definitely go click the link, look at the menu, check it out, and come Patreon on Patreon with the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons, but you can just call me Mal. Oh my goodness gracious, my life changed drastically over the past week. Just got back from a trip to Saratoga, New York. Not just visiting my parents as I usually do, but we actually put a bid on a house, and guess what? We got it, which means I will be moving over the next couple of months. So what a difference a day makes. What a difference a day makes. Woo! Well, a bunch of days, at least a week. So I'm very excited to be back at work. Yes, there's a lot that needs to be done, but I still plan on putting out at least 1 video a day on YouTube. I usually take Sundays off, right? So let's get down to business. Let's do some explanation for the new Leos and crosswatchers, and then we will get down to the divination. Feel free to skip ahead if you've heard it all before, but if you are new, welcome, my lovely Leonines and cross watchers. You may ask, what is a true love timeline? Well, imagine making the most wise, loving, empowered decisions that you can make in any given moment in your relationships. This is a companion reading to the Path of True Love reads that I do, juggernauts with extendeds, right? So this is a simpler version to kind of give you a past, present, future about where you are in your relationships with people, plural, right? It can be family stuff, right? They're not all romantic reads. True love isn't just about romance. My mom and I have very much a true love contract going on there. True love conquers all. True love heals all wounds. True love breaks all curses, including the ancestral ones passed down for thousands and thousands of years. So we're going to do 7 cards here. I told you chakras are involved. We're going to use 3 Daughters of the Moon Tarot for the heart, the throat, the third eye, and the crown, the internal feminine energy, past, present, and future. Then we're going to get 3 mythic tarot for the lower 3 chakras, root, sacrum, solar plexus, the masculine energy, looking at yourself from the outside, you maybe from the inside, looking out at different people, places, and things in your relationships in the physical world. And then we will end, card number 7, a Matt Kahn healing mantra, because it's all about healing, the path of true love. Think of it as your hero's journey, your healing journey, your spiritual awakening process, your ascension journey, whatever you want to call it, through the lenses of your relationships, because you are the common denominator in all of your relationships. You heal you no matter what anybody else does, and you shift to a more truthful and loving timeline, what I call the true love timeline, to make the wisest, right, third eye, wisest, most loving heart chakra choices and decisions, bringing those 3 into congruency, into alignment. So it is a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, check your other signs, because we all have many relationships in our lives, and holographically, as one of us makes a more loving, wise, and empowered choice or decision on the path, we all move forward. That's holographic unity for you. So yes, our relationships, as troubling as they may be, actually serve us to heal, to grow, to learn, to evolve, to be the best that we can be, the happiest, healthiest, wealthiest, wisest version of ourselves through the lessons we get in our relationships, through our contracts, past, present, and future. So I think that's enough explanation. Let's do the divination. Both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will. And I promise you, I will do my best to help anyone make a more wise, loving, empowered choice or decision on the path that you love, because as one of us heals, all of us heals, and that's the gig. And imagine what that would do for planet Earth, right? How that would just shift everyone little by little by little into a more loving place in general. You know, it does make the world go round. I mean, so does gravitational forces, but you know, you do you, right? So both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will. And let's do this, starting with the Daughters of the Moon Tarot. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Goddesses override. Here we go. As I call upon my goddesses of fire, the sign of Leo, and the powers of the South, please, beloved goddesses of fixed fire, Leo dynamic, right? 5th house, creativity and good fortune. Please, beloved ones, 3 cards in clarity, past, present, future, simple timeline for us Leo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and our cross watchers watching this video and receiving this reading. Where have we been in the internal feminine energy, heart, third eye, crown dynamic? In the past, where have we been that got us to where we are now? What's going on there? Ooh, come on. Leave the card in my hand. Where has the Leo collective and the cross watchers perhaps been? There we go. On the path of true love. Where are we now? Heart, third eye, crown. Dynamic point of power is always in the present moment. So where are we? Internal. Heart, third eye, crown. Dynamic in the true love timeline. And where are we headed if we make, to the best of our ability, the wisest, most loving, most empowered decisions on the path, on the hero's journey in this timeless true love timeline? We're going to get these 3 on the table, and then we'll flip them over, past, present, and future together. Please take a nice deep breath. That feels different. Still point. God's override. As I call upon my gods of fire, the sign of Leo, powers of the South, please, beloved gods of fixed fire, 5th house dynamic, creativity, good fortune, playfulness, fun, that solar vibe of Leo. Where have us, Leo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Suns, and our cross watchers been on the path of true love? Where are we now? These are coming out much easier And where are we headed? Should we make, to the best of our ability, the healthiest, wealthiest, wisest, most loving, empowered choices and decisions in the True Love timeline? Let's see. Okay, well, tricky, sticky. Let's start on the inner. We have the Six of Blades, which is the Six of Swords. Manipulation is the word, but manipulation is a neutral word. Most are, right? Location, location, location. Depends on how you see it. And, you know, think Six of Swords in the Rider way, right? A mental journey from choppy emotional water to smooth. This can be about counseling. This could be about talking it out. This could be about definitely third eye, maybe even throat chakra. But, of course, that word manipulation can also be in a way that is more toxic than healthy, more lead than gold, more fear timeline than true love timeline. And with the Five of Swords, we got a lot of thinking going on here. This could have been an argument. This could be a conflict, or at least a change. Fives numerologically are about change. They come from the stability of the Four through the change of the Five to then get you to the Six. So whatever was going on here in the past, at least we're looking at the Leo or the cross watcher here thinking about it, right? But in a place of mental harmony, one would think. And again, manipulation, like think the word spin, right? Like political spin, or somebody puts a spin on something. Now, of course, we do that to ourselves, the things we think, and tell ourselves our interpretation of things, but it might have been as a result of perhaps a conflicting or at least a changeable conversation mental point of view. See where we are now. Well, we got a double whammy. Five of Swords on the inner, Five of Blades here, the Hurricane. So whatever has gone on here in the past, in the physical, you know, the literal physical world, is still on your mind. Now, the safest place to be in a hurricane, metaphorically speaking, is in the eye, the EYE, but that's also very 12-step, keeping it in the eye. The still point. So all of these thoughts can be spinning around. Now, I will say, Five of Swords may not necessarily be with just one person, right? There might have been a group conversation, a family conversation, a conversation at work. So with that still going on inside, you got to find the still point, right? That center point, and let this move through. Because here we have the King of Wands, the Aries card, Cardinal Fire. Now, if you have any planets in Aries, that's a clue, a tip, a hint for you, because it is initiatory, right? It is the first sign of the zodiac, Cardinal Fire. Or maybe you are dealing somebody with Aries placement, even if you're not dealing. Who knows all of their signs? I mean, I know where all my planets are. I'm a witch. I got to know that just to check what the moon's doing, right, or what it's going to hit me with intuitively that day. But certainly the child of the zodiac, the first sign of the zodiac, so there can be some impulsiveness here, perhaps a desire to leap ahead. Now, there are other minor arcana cards, or even the Fool card could have come up there as a new beginning. But chances are this, let's say, creative mental chaos on the inner creates a cardinal fire energy, a creative fire energy to initiate something here. Certainly, you know, the shadow side of Aries is childish, but the light side, the golden side of it, the healthy Aries, is childlike. There's an innocence and a willingness to initiate and explore. Let's see. Well, it seems like this theme carries through into the future. We have the Four of Flames, the Four of Wands, if you like, on the inner, conflict. So it feels like this conflict is going to come together within you. Now, element of fire I usually place as throat chakra because you got to chew on it, right? Throat chakra has three modes: spit it out, swallow it, or chew it, right? Say it, repress it, or chew on it, right? Nibble away at those edges of that jagged little pill that you might have to deliver there, because you got the Ten of Wands here. Now, the Ten of Wands, yes, house, usually seen as a card of burnout, of burden, but it does say that something here is completed, at least in a minor arcana sense here. So I'm seeing air and fire, right? There's no water, there's no earth, there's not even a major arcana card here. So my take on that usually means that these are just things that are going on, right? They're not major arcana, not major places or stages you go through. And with only one court card indicated here, this could absolutely be, if you have no planets in Aries or are dealing with somebody who's kind of got that Aries vibe, this could be first house dynamic Aries, ego, personality, self, that you might be taking things personally or taking it upon yourself to move through this mental hurricane, right? I mean, it is hurricane season coming up here where I live in Long Island, but will not be for much longer. I'm moving to the mountains. Thank you very much. Not many hurricanes come to mountaintops, at least not in Saratoga. So we are seeing definitely a progression here. Now, I would say this will most likely resolve itself, considering that the King of Wands is holding the Ace of Wands here, that it does come to a completion on the outer. You may very well get your way, but as a result of what is perhaps a creative conflict, right? Like I deal with creative conflict as an artist on the regular. It's like, okay, well, that piece of tech isn't working. What's the workaround, right? How can I make that work for myself? Creative solutions. But with the Ten of Wands, this is Jason of Jason and the Argonauts completing the quest for the Golden Fleece. But the Argo, hence the Argonauts, the ship that they were on, busts up on a reef as it comes into harbor. So there might be, I don't want to call it a destruction, but a dismantling of something here that might very well leave you tired and exhausted, but yet you complete that journey from whatever choice is made here, right? Whatever is initiated here, it would come, I would think, relatively quickly to a conclusion. And I will say, with tens in particular, tens often indicate other people, plural, right? Not just a one-on-one relationship. This could be a family dynamic. But certainly as a Leo myself, I know that what I've been going through with, moving, right? The idea of even moving 5 hours drive north from here, it's going to take a lot. And yes, I can totally say yes, and I'm initiating this. I'm taking the lead on this, at least on my end, right? And there's a lot of thoughts going on there, like a hurricane. I was born from my mother's brain. My mother's brain, great song, Joan Osborne, Hurricane. It's like one of my theme songs. And yes, I might very well have to deal with creative conflict as I go, coming up with solutions as I go, but I will get there, but I'll probably be exhausted by the time I'm done. So, and of course, there are many relationships along the way, right? The realtors, right? My parents, I'm moving up closer to them. But conflict is not a bad thing. Conflict is often where new ideas come out of, as long as you keep it creative. And creativity and good fortune, fifth house dynamic, Leo. It makes sense, right? The best art usually comes out of conflict, internal, external, right? I mean, as much as I love Katrina and the Waves, Walking on Sunshine, it just doesn't have the same depth as, I don't know, a lot of other songs. Well, Patti Smith is coming to mind, right? People Have the Power, one of my favorite songs, did not come from a peaceful time, right? In her life or in the world. So, let's get our last card down here. Heads up, cross watchers. Here's your opportunity to help us Leo collectives heal and move to a more golden true love timeline. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Pantheonic override. Oh, sorry, Ascended Master override. I got my readings confused. Here we go. As I call upon the Ascended Masters of True Love on behalf of us, Leo Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading, beloved ones, what is your guidance, your grace, your loving, wise, powerful message in the form of a Mac-Con healing mantra to help us Leo Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and our cross-watchers make more loving, wise, healing, helpful, empowering choices and decisions on the path of true love for our well-being, for the well-being of all involved in the true love timeline. Asking for angelic support. This is one of my favorites. My angels respond when I am open and authentic about how I feel. Now, the beauty of that is you're not necessarily asking for help this way. You're asking for help this way. And if you're not into angels, fill in the blank, right? The divine responds when I am open and authentic about how I feel, right? My higher power, whatever you want to put in there. God, Goddess, Zeus, Buddha, Jesus, Zan, Jaina, Fred, Wilma, whoever works for you, whoever serves, we serve them as well. Because as one of us heals, all of us heal, and they see the bigger picture. So, asking for angelic support, just going to read it from the bookie book. My angels respond when I am open and authentic about how I feel, but no one gets to see it but them. I'm a Leo rising. I don't need nobody to see when I'm going through it. When asking for angelic support, you are requesting solutions from a higher realm of consciousness. Such a realm of consciousness works in accordance with free will. Throat chakra, to me, is the element of fire. Throat chakra. Definitely will you, won't you, do you, don't you, right? Works in accordance with free will to help you face your experiences instead of helping you avoid them. Rather than believe the cause of your feelings must be changed or eliminated, it is essential to ask your angels for better ways of viewing the feelings that keep getting triggered. And that might very well be that still point in the hurricane, right? Mental, all that air, to see it from a higher place in the eye of the hurricane, keeping it in the eye. Where did I leave off here? Oh, there we go. It is essential to ask your angels for better ways of viewing the feelings that keep getting triggered. So, have you been triggered? Who hasn't, right? Just watch the news, you'll get triggered. Because each trigger represents a healing, you are more likely to feel the presence of your angels when asking for their help to face your most difficult emotions in order to access angelic assistance. It is important to be with your feelings so your angels know where support is needed most. And that's shadow work, right? So whatever this was, whatever this conversation, it could have been an argument, it could be even something in the news. I mean, the news has been such a freaking nightmare for so long now. Can be anything like that, information coming in with that Five of Swords in the past that might have set your mind into a bit of a spin, but ultimately bringing you into a place of mental balance. Then, seeing that Five of Blades manifest on the inner again, it feels like it is definitely something that you are processing and chewing on. And then this King of Wands could be that you're doing this solo, doing it on your own. Of course, point of power is always in the present moment. So calling upon your angels, asking them for support, bringing this to conclusion, and yet still a creative conflict in play, something that you chew on. Again, no major arcana, so we're not seeing anything so major here. This mantra is ideal for unraveling the spiritual ego, which is what happens when the ego learns spiritual process, practice, and language and uses it in ways that ain't so very healthy. Giving up patterns of avoidance, right? So I don't want to deal with this. Well, this is a way of dealing with it that is, well, simpler, maybe not easier. And being a better receiver, right? So I know as fixed fire, we can be very on target, very action-oriented Leo, fixed fire. But this is then opening us up to something to be a better receiver, more magnetic than electric, so to speak. Boogie, oogie, oogie. Let's put this together in a blessimation, a combination of blessing and summation. And then we'll chat about cool stuff at the end of this if you want to hang out for it. One last time, this is Pantheonic Override. Please take a nice deep breath. I'm feeling good. I'm very excited about my life right now. Still point. Pantheonic Override. I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine for us beloved Leo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, signs, and crosswatchers who are watching this video. and experiencing this reading. May we be blessed with all that we need in the true love timeline, because we are coming from a place perhaps of mental balance, but manipulation, maybe seeing things differently in something that happened in the physical world here with the element of air, with the Five of Swords, an argument, a disagreement, usually static on the channel in some way, that has become internalized here in the present moment, perhaps still sticking with us in our mind because it has not yet been resolved. And with the Aries, regardless if this is somebody else or us, the ability to really go within and make that choice, to ask our angels for the support by being authentic, right, to how we really feel. A child is pretty much authentic about how they feel, depending, location, which would, of course, bring us perhaps to a head in this Four of Flames conflict, one foot on the gas, one foot on the brake, yet something has completed and yet something feels still incomplete on the outer. So while the physical might come to an end of a chapter, it is just a chapter in a story in the true love timeline, and perhaps we're still chewing on this situation, what it may be. So asking for angelic support seems to be the wisest way through, because our angels respond when we are open and authentic about how we feel. So may the entire Leo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and our cross-watchers watching this video drawn to this reading be blessed with all that we need to heal, to grow, to learn, to evolve, to be the happiest, healthiest, wealthiest, wisest version of ourselves, making the most loving, wise, empowered choices and decisions that we can to navigate the true love timeline in this lifetime for our well-being, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. So mote it be. And so it is. Tingle, 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 tingle. I love this music. If you loved the music, if you liked the reading, if it helped, if it clicked something into place for you, gave you a little clue, a little tip, a little hint, hit the thumbs up. Just helps other Leos and cross-watchers find the video. That's what algorithms do. But Patreon, we have none of those. That is the algorithmic less land over there, which is why I love it so much. You sign up for one of my levels of subscription, you get all of the stuff that I offer there for that level of subscription. We got 8 levels: Seeker, Human, Hero, Angel, Witch, Immortal, Mystic, God, Goddess gets everything. That's the top tier. But all of my subscribers get the daily check-ins, all of the extended readings, past, present, into the future, as long as they are subscribers, remain subscribers, as well as the extensive discount on private sessions with me, which I love doing. I've got clients booked this week. So as much as I love doing that, that is really where my skill comes into play, because it's a conversation. It's not just me talking to an HD camera. You know what I mean, right? So check out Patreon and all of that stuff. And if you would like to book me for a private session, it's easy enough to do. There is a link in the description box to a video called Booking Private Sessions with Mal, whether it is spiritual counseling, a private reading, a half hour of power, an hour of power. It's all in the video. And I say over and over and over again, I've never turned anybody away because of lack of financial ability. So where there's a witch, there's a way. I'm a witch. We'll find a way. We can work it out. We can work it out. So thank you so much for watching. I'm very excited about my own creative journey. And yeah, of course, there's going to be creative conflicts. Like, is the king-size bed going to fit in the new place? We'll work around it, right? But certainly I can see myself in this. And, I'm going to be dealing with family members and movers and realtors and all of that stuff. So it would make sense that I would turn to my angels and go, help, I don't know what the fuck to do. And they're like, good, we know, right? So hang in there, my beloved Leos. Nobody needs to see this stuff. That's what I like about that particular healing mantra. No one needs to know, because, we got to make it look good, don't we? Cross-watchers are just like going, oh my God. So thank you so much for watching. I love you all. Hang in there. Do the best that you can and have fun, if you can, in the true love timeline. Wishing you the very best and the very blessed. Heal, hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.